Hey, April Sampe. Why are you laughing?
I thought you saw me with my eyes because something went in my eye, and you're like, "We're live." I'm like, "Oh," and I look crazy.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Constance Carter. Hey.
Hey,
What your
beautiful
name is?
lady. Mine? Oh, it's April Sampe Foster. Please say the Foster.
Oh, hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, beauty. I
Hey.
like your hair.
Thank you. I just got it redone yesterday.
Got them
Did you
fresh,
notice?
honey.
Did you notice it's a different color?
I didn't notice it's a different color. They just look like brand spanking new.
They're a lot darker than they were before.
Oh, they're cute.
Thank
You
you.
cute or whatever.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So
Mm-hmm.
listen, as you guys, I see people starting to come in. As you guys come in, make sure that you subscribe to the Fly Nubian Queen. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you, baby. Make sure you subscribe to I Am Constance Carter on Instagram, Facebook, and then CC the CEO on YouTube as well. Please, I know a lot of you guys are looking at this from the Fly Nubian Queen, but go on over to CC the CEO page, YouTube page, and subscribe to my page as well because I have some great content on there.
Yeah, you do.
April, where can they follow you?
Well, you know what? I need some YouTube followers because I never, ever, ever promote it. So you can follow me at April Sampe on the YouTube. It'll come up as Ugly Girl Talk. You can also follow me everywhere, April Sampe, honey, everywhere.
Do you guys know what April Sampe does? Do you guys know who we are talking to? Do you know
Yeah,
the
so but
April?
we don't have to. We don't have to. Hold on.
Now you broke my heart for the evening. Too much improving, you confusing. Should I just sit back, work harder? When this girl singing, you can't match me sound. Melanin popping, so kissing it round. They say I'm crazy, but you got me open, baby. Don't say. Okay, good. Oh, mama, say what you got to do.
I just want to give y'all a little taste of who you're talking to this evening. This is the incomparable April Sampe, performer, singer, beatboxer, and real estate agent. Y'all like that? No, for real, for real, for real. April Sampe is one of the best performers that I've seen. And if you know me, if you follow me, what's up, Donnell? I go to concerts like every other week or every week, and I love everybody. I go to a lot of different concerts and I see performers, but April is one of the best that I've seen. So April, it's an honor to have you here today.
It's
I
an
love
honor to be here. Well, it's an honor to be here, however, .com.org. It's not fair that I don't have anything that I can just press and bring up all your stuff, Miss Speaker, authoress. Yes, I said authoress. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. What do I have right here?
anybody else should do all that.
What do I have right here? What do I have right here? What? And I have, Lord Jesus, why are all your books like everywhere but not where they're supposed to be? Anyway, y'all make sure that y'all go right down to the Amazon and show my girl some love. Oh, and hold on, wait. Do we have any cohorts starting anytime soon?
Oh, the Net 7 Collective. Yes, yes, yes. The Net 7 Collective cohort is getting ready to start in February. If you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman, oh my God, you need to be a part of the Net 7 Collective. Let me show them.
It has been a privilege and an honor to be part of this cohort. Constance has done an amazing job at placing systems to allow us to understand how to prosper in our businesses. We have strategically taken the time each week to come together to understand how to build a business, how to brand a business, how to use real estate, how to use life insurance. We have bonus days where there are speakers who come and they share their stories and their goals and their successes. We have an accountability coach that I have learned to realize that she really is like a best friend to me. It has been an amazing journey. I have grown so much. Now all my fears are now my strengths.
So thank you for that, April. So I'm helping Black women from all over the country. Those are a few of my books. Thank you, April.
Just a
I
few.
appreciate
Hold on,
you.
you like how she said that? Those are a few of my books, honey. But wait, there's more. You can get some Constance Carter t-shirts, honey. And just for you guys out there, just want to let y'all know Valentine's Day is coming up. I personally don't celebrate, but I know there are a lot of people out there who do. And so you can get this for your boo thing. Go ahead and get her a nice trip down to the cohort. Okay, the Net 7 Collective. And trust me, it is too hot to handle, too cold to hold. All of you will learn a thing or two about a thing or two. I'm just putting it out there.
So April is actually one of the members of the Net 7 Collective, and this is where I'm helping 100 Black women reach their net worth of $1 million. That's the goal. So we've had women who started businesses, gotten government contracts, started podcasts, started motivational speaking, became life coaches, increased their income, increased their investments, all of that stuff. Anyway, that's not why we got on here, girl. Let's talk about the tea. Okay. So we were just talking about Jenny. How you say the girl name?
Jenny Mai.
I be saying Jenny May like she from the country or something. But we was just talking about this chick, Jenny Mai. And, I seen the whole thing about her wanting to rescind her, or she doesn't want to enforce the prenup that she got with Jeezy. Because she said she ain't have enough time to read it. What you think about that, Abe? It's pure plug bull.
Well, that's all I got to say. I can't even. I don't even have words because really, like I didn't get a chance to read it, so we don't have to. It doesn't have to be enforced.
I'm like, you know what? If they do that, then you might as well throw every prenup out the window, because why the fuck do we have a prenup in the first place? Why do we even have a prenup if there is an opportunity for it to get thrown out? What's the whole purpose? Jenny Mai, I thought, she's from San Jose. She's from my hometown. Few of my people know her. So I thought she was cool.
Vietnam. Isn't that, I thought her family was
I will slap the black off you if you don't stop it. There are Vietnamese people in America.
I know that fool lady person. I'm talking like, I thought that's literally where she was born. Because if you always listen to her and her mom, so she's first generation.
I don't know nothing about that girl. I just know she's from San Jose.
So she lives in San Jose. That does not mean, Lord, go sit down.
It's a lot of Vietnamese people in San Jose. She don't got no accent, April.
You obviously never watched this woman. That's one of the places that I got Hanai from. Like, go sit down.
Yeah, she could do her accent, but she doesn't talk with an accent, does she? I've heard her talk a couple times. Anyway, I'm starting not to like this chick. That's my point. I'm starting not to like this chick because, first of all, so all of a sudden, I'm broken. Oh my God, I didn't know he was going to divorce me. Okay, so I'm hearing we really don't know why he divorced her, but what they're saying is that she didn't put her mom up in there, she didn't put her brother up in there. He don't want to have all the people up in his goddamn house. Number one. Then she was like, "Oh, I don't," so they separate. I don't want him to have access to my baby because there might be guns in the house. You wasn't worried about them.
You knew there were guns in the house when you first got with the man, honey. Hello.
So now she's starting to look real shady, real needy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she didn't want to divorce him to begin with. So now listen. Hold on, wait. So this is the thing. I'm not gonna make this a Jeannie Mai thing, because this is I'm sorry, ladies. Look, this is something that you do see, and actually, I'm not even gonna just say ladies, gentlemen, all of the above. Whenever people get bitter in their divorce, you always see dumb, bitter stupidness that comes out of it. And that just so happens to be dumb, bitter, and stupid. You're going to say all the things that you already knew about this man before y'all even got together. Now you're like, oh no, I don't know if this is the kind of man I want around my children. But that's the man you used to make a child. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can certainly testify to that bitterness when you get a divorce, because when I got a divorce, I was thinking, we're friends. We'll just figure everything out. I mean, let me go get this clown to now I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about the person I had to do my paperwork. I'll just get this clown to do my paperwork. He got a law degree. We already did settled on everything. Let me just get this clown to just do my paperwork for me. And
he got an attorney that wanted to eat. See, that's the thing. You have to also understand, because in all seriousness, y'all could have probably, squashed it and everything could have
We
been.
would have, if there was not another woman and there was not another an attorney, we would have been able to actually walk away with us not losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what happened for me, I'm just gonna keep it real. When they Googled me and they was like, we got a big one, and they went ham, and we ended up losing way more than we would have ever, I mean, and I'm not even talking about attorney's fees, just the dumb shit that we ended up giving up because of this silliness. But it was because of the bitterness. It was.
But
like,
no, it was because of the bitterness. However, the comma.org, you also have an attorney who wants to eat. See, this is the thing, and this is the part that I can't understand with Jeannie. Like, boo thing, is this how we're really working things out? You're going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't read my homework. Like, my dog ate it. Is that what we're doing right now? My dog ate my homework, so unfortunately, we just have to cancel it this week. No, sir, ma'am, that is not how things work. And you were saying if this ends up being thrown out, then we have to throw out every other prenup. No, if this ends up getting thrown out, any kind of contract that has ever been written up needs to be thrown out. Okay, what the heck? Because the question is, what's the point of a prenup? What is the point of a contract?
Right.
Okay.
Didn't she have an attorney? Didn't she have representation prior to her getting married? Did they not properly advise her on what she should be doing?
Somebody read the damn contract. I mean, somebody read the damn prenup. Somebody did on your side.
Exactly. The thing is, she's an affluent person. She has her own money. Why is she making it so difficult? And the thing about it is, but here's my thing though. What people don't understand is that you might have, even for me, I might have considered giving the person another chance, right? But then you want to act all bitter, which, but because they mad because you don't want to be with them. But then all they doing is solidifying the fact that they're not the person that you're supposed to be with.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. Because I'm hearing you, right? No, I am. Let me tell you what I'm looking for real quick. Miss Lady Ma'am just came out with a new drink.
She has her own new drink?
Yes, it's called Owl's Brew. And supposedly, because I just thought about it as you were speaking, and supposedly it is going to be in all of the amazing places, supposedly like Target and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the beautiful people in the chat and the comment, can you please let me know if you've heard anything about it and where it's supposed to be? But I was told that it's going to be all over, and that's where the money is. Because see, they were saying that Jeezy just put out a book, and all of a sudden Jeezy is doing this press tour about the book, right? And, he was doing that thing with Nia Long, blase, woo, woo, woo. And she's like, okay, I can one-up you. And I'm coming out with this new drink. You're not going to be able to make any money off of it. And on top of that, I'll now want to take you for everything because I have a child now and I have this and I have that and I have this. So I think she just wants to come up.
You think she just wants to come up? It sounds like she's angry, but she's sounding real retarded right now, for real.
You're not allowed to use that word. Take it back.
I take it back. But what's the name? Go back to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, so his prenup wasn't really enforced, right? Mm-hmm. So they actually ended up, his wife ended up getting $100 million. Even though he's worth $800 million, she ended up getting $100 million, which she wasn't supposed to. So they didn't even really enforce his prenup. But see, she what I read what she did is she got his. So I guess he had hired a whole team. This is why y'all, attorneys matter. This is why I don't get the new dude who just got his law degree when you get into the divorce. she was able to get rid of one of the big heavy hitter attorneys that was on his team that also represented Angelina and Brad and all these other people. So she was able to get her off the case. Then
How?
I don't know, her attorney was able to get her off the case. Then she was able to find 3 of his mistresses to testify against him. So, people get to acquiescing to certain demands when you do certain things like that. So, in certain cases, prenups can be challenged, can be changed. What they say is a prenup can be changed if they were done under duress. But why would you marry someone if they made you sign this under duress? I'm not going to, let me ask you this, I'm not going to marry you if you don't sign this. Is that duress?
Which I'm sorry, I was just thinking that. That's why I'm like, oh, is
that duress? I'm not going to marry you if you don't sign this, and you're so hard up to get married to this clown that you gonna sign anything, and so now you're gonna put it off on him when it doesn't work out.
That is a good question. Can we get some attorneys in the comment section?
Because let me ask you this, April. I know you're married, happily married, love your husband or whatever. Would you get a prenup if you were to just meet him and you were established and had the money that you have and all that stuff? Would you get a prenup?
So here's the funny thing. We actually talked about a prenup before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
And like where I was financially, where he was financially, like before we got married, he owned a restaurant in the heart of the city. And I was doing pretty well singing and in banking. So we were thinking about getting a prenup, and I don't know what happened. I mean, it wasn't a big deal to me, which maybe it should have been, but I feel like whatever it is, we can work it out. But I guess that's like what everybody says. So would I get a postnup? Sure. You know what I mean? Like
really?
We talked about that too.
Really?
Yeah.
See, on one hand, marriage is supposed to be forever.
It is.
But I would say for me, at damn near 50 years old, right? I'm 47. I'm about to be 48. I absolutely would get a prenup today. I would not. First of all, marriage is not on the table for me. But if I decided to get married, I would think that it would be forever. My goal is so that it could last for the rest of my life. However, I have to protect my children. And right. So I figure like whoever I marry, if I decide to marry somebody, I have my shit, he'll have his shit. And then if something, if I die, then my shit will go to my kids, his shit will go to his kids. That's kind of where I'm thinking. I'm not thinking that we'll end up separating, but in the event that something happens, because I mean, I've been married before, and did I get married thinking I was ever going to get a divorce? Absolutely not. I thought I was going to die with this guy. So you got to think, you got to look out for your own best interest, because even with the going through the divorce process, even when we first started going through it, from what we started and how it ended, I certainly didn't see that coming. So you just don't know what happens. You have no control over somebody else, and you just don't know what people will do. And that's the thing that I've learned, is that you just have no clue what people will end up doing, and you have no control. So you got to protect yourself.
I'll say this, as it relates to my marriage. If my marriage didn't work out, there's no way in hell I would get married again. And you have me documented saying this. I mean,
well, you didn't want to get married in the first place.
That's my point. And the fact that the man that I met, because he is who he is, he's the perfect human for me. You know what I mean? So I don't want anybody else. You know what I mean? And so if I have to, if it didn't work out with him, it's not supposed to work out with anybody.
Yeah, period. I was of the mind that I was one and done, but I'm definitely open because there's some great people out, and I think
And
that
you
it
were
might.
open to marriage before, though. Like before you
No, I
met
was
your
never
husband.
open to. I was never, girl.
Really?
You know, I was never
No,
open
no,
to.
no. I'm talking about before you got married.
I was 20. I was 6 years
My
old.
point is, yeah, I mean, but even when I was 6 years old,
Like when
I
you're
didn't.
6, yeah, you want to get married. But
I
you
didn't.
know, now that I'm 62, that's just wasn't in the
Oh,
cards.
you did
So
good.
thank you. No, but so when I got a divorce, it was like, I'll never do that again.
I
But
remember.
as you right, you remember. But as you start to, you start to think and you know that you don't want to be alone and you want to have that companion. I'm open to it now. I'm open to it now. I think it's
Okay. Well, because the fact that you're open to it makes me very happy. Um, and
but I do the prenup all day.
I
Not a question.
and yes, and I think that anybody who knows your situation would definitely advise that. Like I would be like, yo, I would be at your wedding. Like, did he sign it yet?
Oh, did I sign it? Because he might have more than me.
Oh, I would have made you sign it. I'd have made sure you signed it. It would have been signed, sealed, and delivered. Like I'd have been that person to be like, all right, chop chop. But to get back on it, because you asked that question. I thought that was a really good question. If somebody says that you have to sign it before you get married, are you doing
Is
it
it under
under?
arrest?
Yeah, are you? So I think about, of course, Will and Jada. Then I know, right? She looks great. um, Will and Jada. She said that she was crying going down the aisle. Do you remember that?
Yeah, sound like me. No, but I do remember. No. I do remember. Like I was like, I don't want to go. My dad was like, come on. I was like,
Well,
okay.
I mean, but it's one thing for you to be crying because you're like, oh my God, this is such a special day. My whole life's gonna
No,
change.
I didn't want to.
Oh, you didn't want to get married?
No, I was like, oh no, what did I do? But I was committed to doing it, but I was just like, I was scared.
Yeah, scared versus like when you're like in your 50s talking about, yeah, I didn't even want to get married. Like
You
these
know what? That's some cold shit though. Like I would feel so bad if I was Will because really, you say you didn't you cried. Tupac was my soulmate, and then you turn around and say, did you cheat? And then like she is just like so disrespected that man.
in every way, shape, and form.
And
And oh, go ahead.
did she say something like about her not wanting to get married or something, or not
Yeah.
wanting to be married recently?
She said she didn't want to marry him. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, how
No, but she said something like, oh, the slap happened when they wasn't even together like that.
right. Right. But they're like, yeah, we're never getting a divorce. Is it because of the prenup? Like, is the prenup that deep that you both are going to, somebody.
Okay, but so let me ask you this: if people are that committed to staying together no matter what, and I know everybody says that Will and Jada have this open relationship, but does that lend to like if you and Keegan say if you say I'm with Keegan and I'm never getting a divorce no matter what, but I can't stand his ass and I'm never going to get a divorce, would that give you then permission? Would you be open to like just like stepping out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
If I
you
had
got
that mindset, if I had that mindset, and so me as am I opposed to open marriages? 100% as it relates to me and my husband. Why? Because I don't like to share.
Me neither.
I mentally, I'm just like a man when it comes to like me picturing my man doing something with someone else. Like a man can't picture his woman being serviced by somebody else. I'm the same way. Some women don't care. It is what it is. That's your business. However.com. I can't do it. And so, but if I'm like, I'm done with you, but I don't want to get a divorce, hell yeah, do whatever you want. Listen, once I'm done, I'm done. I was in a relationship with somebody. We broke up. And the issue is that he had a situation where he needed a place to stay. He still stayed at my house. It was what it was. You think I wasn't stepping out like every chance I got? I'm sorry.
Are you pimping? Oh, that's what April do.
I'm joking. I would never.
So what would a post-nup look like though, Abe? What would a post-nup look like? So if you were to get a post-nup today,
prenup. I mean, right now, my thing is okay. So let's say, and I'm actually going to flip it for him. Let's say it's him. So let's say he starts a new business. And actually, that's a good point. Okay, so let's say, for instance, he starts a business with another partner, right? Mm-hmm. If he decided to do a post-nup and say, okay, I'm starting this particular business between me and my partner, and if we were to get a divorce, then my partner and I, this is our business. Would I be okay with that? Yes. You know what I mean? That's yours. It has nothing to do with me.
Mainly, even when y'all married?
Yeah. Or I would say then if in the post-nup, it would say something like, you can't make me sell my business. Maybe a portion of it will come to you, or you get this amount of money every year, or whatever the case is. But I'm looking at it from a fair perspective, because that doesn't only affect him, that would affect his business partner. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So if it were something like that, I would be totally open to that, because I'm looking at it from a very logical standpoint. It's you and your business partner. Now, granted, yes, I am a part of you, but I have nothing to do with your business partner. So but
y'all are one.
That's what I'm saying. So, but if I say, okay, let's just say I'm being bitter and that bitter asshole.
Because you would, because if he started cheating with somebody else and he's making all this money and he out here living his best life, and then you over there, like, you would.
Absolutely, but that's kind of my point. Right now, I'm thinking of it from a logical standpoint. I wouldn't, because then I wouldn't care about his business partner. Everything falls. You get what I'm saying? So because I'm looking at it from a logical standpoint right now today, I'm not hurt. I'm in love. You know what I mean? If he sets up a business today with someone else, with his business partner, I would say, okay, listen, if anything were to happen, I can't come after your business. However, yes, I'm entitled to this amount. So whenever you get paid, I get paid. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would do, but I would not. So that's why you set it up before anything goes bad.
But the thing about it is, if he had a business partner, however, his operating agreement will be with his business will be very separate. So there's nothing that you can do to disrupt the agreement that he have with his business. So
yes. Yeah, you can.
If his operating agreement is solid and intact, ain't nothing you can do as a spouse to fuck up the business. But I will say this, Jeezy, do you remember when she said a couple months ago, she said, oh, well, I want the prenup thrown out because he's had an affair, right?
Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
And he said that is unequivocally 100% false. And so I looked at the prenup, and it said basically that he was it said that if there's any emotional affair, physical affair, inappropriate text messages, whatever, then the prenup is at question. And so she said, well, yeah, I know he's been having an affair. That didn't pan out. So now it's, well, I didn't have time to read. Now
but why? My question is then, why is this divorce happening?
Because he don't want her no more. But I looked up their net worth. Her net worth is $4 million. His is $10 million. Like, girl, you got millions. Go about your little business. You wasn't tripping off of the money before you got married. You had your little show. You was doing your little thing. Do what you do, boo. Don't waste. Why are you wasting so much energy in trying to get what he has? She should be focusing her energy on getting what she needs, building herself up. Focus on your career. But you know what happens? You know, a woman scorned, they gonna go after the wrong stuff. Now she's wasting her energy, her time, her money. Her vibrations is operating in a really low place in space because she's focused on the wrong stuff, and she needs to be focusing on what's going to edify her.
I agree. I was looking at the comments.
Brian, what'd he say? Brian, you got a girlfriend? Brian said, me being me, I'll get a divorce for anything if you spend too much of my money divorce if she gains too much weight. Damn. Do you
No.
even have a girlfriend, Brian? Because
No.
how are you even in a relationship? How could you stay in a relationship? Because here's the thing: relationships require compromise. People gonna change. You gonna get old and ugly. Your balls gonna start sagging. She gonna get old. Her neck gonna start sagging. Like it's there. We gonna change. We're going to change in our lives. And so why, if you want to be committed to somebody, then you got to be committed. It says for good, for bad, sickness and the health, and all that other stuff.
It's funny because I remember, when you're in your 20s, you swear up and down you are going to always be that bad bitch. You know what I mean? Like everything's going to be lifted and everything's going to be just as beautiful as it was back then. And then all of a sudden you start looking at these old people's pictures and you see what they used to look like when they were younger. And you're like, what the hell? And that's when you realize what love and what partnership is. And I think that's what people forget. Like, you get married not just for love, but for partnership, because there are going to be days you do not love that person. And I mean, you're going to love them, but you know what I'm saying? Like being in love with that person, wanting just all the best for that person. There's going to be some days when you're like, if this person would have my face. And so that's one of the reasons why, if you ask me as far as a post-nup, now, today, can I do a post-nup? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Because now I see only the beauty in him. Well, yeah, but there's some days that I see I just want to just slap him or whatever, but I still love him right now. Now, what happens if I find out he's cheating? You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to be the same.
Right.
You'll never change. Right. Look, Anne, come on now. You thought you were never going to change. Everything was going to still stay all perky and lifted. And then one day, you're just like, wait, how did my breasts get down there? Not mine, though.
No, at the end of the day, though, you get married. When you get married, you don't get married thinking that you're going to get divorced. I'm sure Jeannie, whatever the girl name is, she probably got married thinking this was going to be forever. I'm thinking Jeezy probably didn't think that far ahead. This feels good right now. This cool right now. If it works right now, I do. If it don't, it don't. But I think when we're pushing on this up, in this age, in our middle ages, you really got to do things that will protect your assets. You got to look at, like I said, she's 4 million, he's 10 million. She could probably, if she focused her energy on the right thing, she could be at 10 million or 20 million or 30 million.
But she's about to be. She's about to be.
I hope so for her. But as long as you keep focusing on the wrong things, and then, you don't know if she's being advised by these attorneys, just like you said, when you got a hungry attorney, when they sharks, they say, hey, you should do this, you should do that. They advise them to do all kinds of things. I remember sitting in court listening to some stuff, and I'm like, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking like me like this. Who knew? And I'm like,
wait,
yeah, I'm hearing stuff in court, and I'm like, I'll look over, I'm like, he's like, and so I'll call him afterwards, like, what the hell? I don't know. That was lawyer talk. That's what they say. I don't know anything about that. So it's like, are you serious? Yeah, it was crazy. But you I don't know if it was lawyer talk or I don't know if he told the lawyers, but I do know that lawyers could get hungry because they could have they could have like a dog on a bone, or they can they can put things in your mind and make you think. And that was probably for me, that was one of the reasons why I had a certain amount of compassion even after, because remember I was like, oh, we can still be friends, and y'all was like, girl, do you remember what he just put? But I was thinking in my mind, I was like, that wasn't him, that was a lawyer. That wasn't him, that was a girlfriend. I'm giving him the benefit because when I'm laying up in the bed next to this person for 30 years, I'm not thinking that person is capable of doing all this stuff. I'm thinking that. But it happens when they go through divorce, it gets really bitter. And I felt like 2022, I was in the twilight zone. I was like, I really thought I was in like the Matrix. I was in an alternate universe. because this could not be my reality. Are you serious? But divorce brings out the absolute worst in people. The people that you thought you knew, you no longer know them. They are not the same person. You might as well just bury them and say R.I.P. to the whoever you thought that you knew prior to that divorce when it's contentious in that way.
It's uncomfortable. Divorces are uncomfortable. Breakups are uncomfortable. Like anything that hurts a person or makes them think you don't care about me the way that I thought you did.
Yeah.
That's when you start seeing the gloves come off and everything just changes. You don't love me the way I loved you, or you don't love me the way I thought or I expected you to love me. Yeah. I think that's the biggest problem when it comes to relationships is they put these expectations on things, and then when things don't pan out the way that they expect them to, all of a sudden it's like, wait, now I have to be meaner than you. Please get rid of that cat.
Get that cat out of here.
That's for much, but just leave the door open and then close it when it leaves.
Get out of here, Cookie.
No, but it's unfortunate. I look at Jeannie and I think that I think she's hurt. I think she's embarrassed.
If she should be really embarrassed if she over here talking about I didn't read the prenup. But I don't want him around my kids because he got guns. He had an affair. Like if she should be, that should make her embarrassed more than a damn divorce. Like go on about your merry little way and shut the hell up and be quiet.
But also, this is her second embarrassing divorce.
Right.
Well, this is her second.
The first one was embarrassing also?
Well, yeah. I mean, like the reason I say it's embarrassing is because I feel like she did to him kind of what Jeezy's doing to her.
Oh.
Right? So she just like dragged him in the mud. He was like, I want to be with you. Like, let's work this out. He wanted children. She didn't want children. She kept talking about just, marriage isn't for me, blah, blah, blah. I'm never getting married again. I'm never having kids. I'm never. And then she meets Jeezy and all of a sudden she's like, I want to be with this man for the rest of my life. He's my everything. I'm going to give this man children, and she makes a baby with him. My whole thing is you literally talked about how much you don't want any of these things, and all of a sudden you're doing these things. And the tables have turned.
Let me show you something. Since you talk about that, let me show you something that she came under fire on about. Remember this? Are you serious right now?
I was about to say that does not look like her.
Oh, this one right here.
That's what I like. Hold
up. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Y'all remember?
No, I'm not. I'm saying I love black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. That's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean dark meat on the side?
Lightweight offensive. I'm not. I'm saying I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like that's my.
Well, what do you mean dark meat on the side?
That means, honey.
That's
You know what that means.
Wait, what are you reading it as?
I know how did you say it?
I'm just saying, when I think about men, I like dark men. I do.
You like your main man to be white and your side
piece to be dark.
That's exactly how I read it. That's what I heard. Hold on, wait, no, you gotta finish it because I need to hear what she did.
Hold on.
La Jesus.
Wait.
Sorry.
You hear the dog? I mean, cat. All right,
what I meant is I used to date black men. Okay, attractive. But what I decided to stick to because it just kept me happiest.
Uh-oh. Was that it?
To date black men. I think they're attractive. But what I decided to stick to because it just kept me happiest.
Child.
I guess that was it. Was her
Made my ass itch. Was her ex-husband white? Very, very.
He said, Brian said, and that very moment ended
Right.
the marriage.
Yeah,
No,
very
she did that before she was married. He knew what he was getting into.
But no, we're talking about no. Pause.
Oh, it was the white marriage.
She was married, yeah, and I'm trying to think. She wasn't married to the white guy at that time. She had already divorced him. The reason I say that is because I think they were divorced before Tamar got on the show.
Look, this is a good point, though. I think part of the reason she got married was to get the bag, to be elevated above others in a showboat type of way, and it did not go as she planned. You know, I actually believe that because look at how she's going after the bag. Look at how desperate she's looking when she's going after this man's money.
But in addition to the bag, I think she wanted a crossover audience. So you have to look at
she wanted to be accepted.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, she was on The Real, which was predominantly a black, a viewership. And then before that, she was always on the red carpet. So she's always like the spokesperson talking about fashion and everything else on the red carpet. So she already had like more of a white following, a white and Asian following. This gave her a push, the push that she needed to be more accepted by and have more of a colorful audience.
So you think her being married to Jeezy she was trying to be relevant in some way?
Possibly.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know what goes on in anybody's marriage. And I hate to see, I love love.
100%.
I love love. And I hate to see, and I hate to see any marriage split up. And so it's sad. It's sad for the kids, and it's sad for the family unit, because you want to see people together. What's 55, maybe 60% of marriages in divorce now. So it's imperative that you do something to protect yourselves. Typically, when you're in your 20s, you're not really, I was 22 when I got married, but you're not, or 21, 22, but you're not really thinking about that. Like, you ain't got nothing, he ain't got nothing, we but once you become of age, once you start developing some things, and if you don't get married until you're kind of established, like my girlfriend, like the first time I seen somebody who was regular like me have a prenup was my girl. She got married to this guy, and she ended up she got a prenup before they got married. And I think she was making she was making a good amount of money, but she also had a good amount of retirement. And I think she also, her dad had a lot of money too, and I think she was just trying to protect that. But you often think that prenups are just left for people who have a lot of money, millions and millions and millions of dollars. And actually, no, they can protect regular people too, who have maybe a pension that they need to protect, or, some 401k or some retirement, or an inheritance that may be coming.
But if you think about, so I have a really good friend who went through a divorce, and she had one child. And when I tell you that divorce broke her, you know what I mean? Like she ended up having to move to a whole nother state. Like it just took so much out of her. I mean, and I'd say at least $50,000 later, at least $50,000. And you're talking about a regular person. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking about just somebody who has millions of dollars just chilling, or hundreds of thousands of dollars just chilling. You know what I mean? Talking about a regular person, $50,000, that ain't small change.
Right.
And that's not just them. She had to pay child support. She had to pay spousal support. I'm like, you got to pay all this and you a regular human? Damn. It's too much.
I lost $1 million.
I mean, listen, the way I see it is, if you can lose $1 million, can I borrow 8?
Divorce. And I remember, so when I did it, I never got a divorce before, right? So I wasn't thinking, I gotta go hot smash this, gotta move some things. I wasn't thinking like that. I was like, okay, it's what we got. You get this, I get that. And and then, you know, the attorneys came in and was like, oh, she's hiding money. We're going to do forensic audits and all. So I was like, what the hell? This is everything. I done gave y'all every bank statement we got here. Let's split it up. But I remember telling my wealthy girlfriends, and they was like, girl, just get back with him and move your stuff around. I was like, why? I ain't finna be doing all that. Like, what's the point? Hindsight, I may have done things a little bit differently, but you don't, you know, when you don't,
You don't think a person's gonna be the.
I would.
You don't think a person's gonna be that out of pocket, and
I didn't go into that thinking, because again, it wasn't anything that was like thought out. Like I was like, there was this master plan to, you know, it was just like, okay, like this is what we got, and let's.
I remember you were trying to give him like, you like, just give it to him, just give him this, just get, and I'm like, oh,
I was.
I understand you're just tired. However,
I was beat up.
You weren't beat up. No.
I was like, I just need peace. Lord, just give me peace. So the peace that I have right now, I will do the same thing 10 times over for the peace that I have in my life in 2024. Because money can't buy peace. Yeah.
But that's the thing. And I wonder who she's going to be on the other side. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is it's all about how you handle it. So if you, and I always talk about through versus over, you know what I mean? Like if you just get over it so you could just let the pain go, you're going to go through it again. Mm. You didn't learn everything you were supposed to learn. You didn't get through it. And for you, seeing you on the other end of it, you got through it. You walked through it as slow or as fast as you needed to. But
I was like, Lord, just give me to the other side. I know what's over there. Just give me the accelerated version. Give me the microwave.
Yeah,
but I will say this, and I want to give my girl props, because God puts people in your life that you need at the right time. And April and I became friends in 2020.
2021.
2020.
2021.
So let me just tell you guys this. So I had a show called Conversation Starters with a co-host, and he knew April. April was a local. So we used to interview celebrities. And so we interviewed quite a bit of celebrities. And so he invited April onto our platform. I had never met April before. And after our show, April and I became fast friends. Like we became personal friends. And yeah, like April and I, we still talk every single day. But when I was going through one of the darkest moments of my life, April was that person that helped to get me. Like I would call her. Now, you know, I'm a thug. Tattoo mother effing tears. April hates when I say that, but I'm a mother effing thug. I got a tattoo tear tatted on my face.
You could take her from the trap house to the White House.
She hates when I say that also, but I am a thug. Mm-hmm. But I never cried. Never. But April has saw me at my lowest and my weakest. And
you too. You've seen me at my lowest.
I've called you, and I don't cry to people. And so April really helped to get me through that time in my life, which I'm forever indebted. And so God puts the right people in your life at the right time for the right purpose. And, you know, I tell people what they mean to me. And I've told April this on several occasions, but she was placed in my life for that purpose to help me get through that time in my life, because that was tough. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff coming at me at the same time. But April was just like there. And for somebody like me, ooh, I'm getting a little, ooh.
It's the cat. You got allergies.
Yeah. But for someone like me to always pride myself in being the strong one, nobody see me cry, and for me to allow her to see me in such a vulnerable place was so hard. I mean, it's so hard. Yeah, no. So, but you have to be a special kind of person that to allow me to do that, because I like to for me to actually break down in the manner that in which I did, which is it just never happened before. I remember, Lisa Nichols, one of my coaches and mentors and all that. I remember, you know, being around her, and she was teaching me like speaking techniques. I was like, you mean I got to cry? And she was like, I mean, yeah. And I was like, I don't do that. And she was like, oh, you gonna do that? And I was like, yeah, right, I ain't gonna do that. And I didn't. So Lisa Nichols couldn't get me to cry. But April said pay.
Listen, I'll say, Constance, you were strong the entire time. You have always been strong. And I think that that's the biggest misconception that everybody has is you can't show emotion when you're strong. And that's like, when you can show your emotions and when you can be vulnerable, that shows that you're stronger than you probably. That shows me that you were stronger than you gave yourself credit. You talking about tattoo tears? You were one of the strongest humans. That's number one. And yes, we do have each other. She's stuck with me, so I feel so sorry for her sometimes. But the fact that you got through it, and I look at when it comes to divorce and when it comes to the hardest things that people go through, you have to go through it. Bless you. You have to go through it in order for you to come out with the glow. And if you look at Constance, just look at her. She has a glow. You know what I mean? She has inner beauty and outer beauty, but you can see it clearly from a mile away because she's gone through what she needed to go through.
And those are the things that we talked about, right? We talked about, girl, you got to go through this. And I'd be like, but I don't want to. Just get me over there. I know what it's like over there. Just, Lord,
amazing.
Just teleport me there. And you're like, no, you're going to have to feel every emotion. You're going to have to feel the feeling. You're going to have to go through like every single dreadful step.
And but on the other side,
it's beautiful. Point, and I was like, God must be really about to just hook me up, and He has.
Right. I'm telling you, and this is for all of the viewers out there, everybody who's watching right now. Whenever you're going through, because you're like, oh my God, this is the lowest. I couldn't get any lower. Oh my God, my whole life is going to end. Blah 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 blah. On the other side, it is the best feeling and the best experience, and nobody can tell you shit. And if you look at Constance right now, can't nobody tell her nothing. Seriously. And trust me, I try on a regular basis. I be like, Constance.
Oh yeah.
You can't tell me
most of our conversations are spent arguing about some dumb shit. But April is like crazy as shit. And so we have to have these conversations that are just crazy because she's crazy.
They are magically delicious, blessed, and highly flavored.
But she thinks I'm also crazy as well. So that's some exciting. Yeah. Anyway, it's a solution, Mike. We must switch back to a third political party. I don't know what Mike is talking about, but all right, if he wants to talk about to a third political party.
No, wait, no. Huh? Okay, well, I guess what I'm hoping that. I guess never mind. No.
God bless you, Brian. God bless you. Anyway, girl, I got, you know what? Listen, my son's basketball game is about to start.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta run over there to his game and support him. So, but it was great talking to you. I'm gonna call you on the phone when I'm on my way. But yeah, good conversation. And thank you guys for all the your participation. We love it.
Y'all give her some mom hearts for showing her son some love. Throw some hearts up in there. Just spam it up because
yes, definitely.
Show her she's an amazing mom.
Give us some hearts. Give you some hearts. You're an amazing auntie.
Yeah, show me I'm an amazing auntie. Yes, I'm not going to be at the game, but
hey, when are you coming out here, April? You're performing out here soon.
Yes, on the 2nd. I'll be at St. John's College.
February 2nd.
Yes, doing a Black History celebration. Lift every voice.
Oh, it's gonna be a bunch of Black History Month celebrations this month.
Huh?
It's gonna be a bunch of Black History celebrations.
A whole bunch of them joints. We got 2. Now we got 2 Black History Months. We got June and February. Now look at God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, boo. I'm about to head out to this boys basketball. Hopefully they let them play today. Love you. I'm gonna hit you in a minute. All right.